無常人心未妙法百千万苦難遭遇我今見聞徳十字願下如来真実義. So that's the verse to open the sutras chanted in Japan. The fourth line says Gan ge nyorai shinjitsu gi. I pray, I vow, I desire to understand. Ge, understanding. Ge. Gan, I pray, ge, to understand. Nyorai, the Tathagata. Shinjitsu, true and real. Real. Gi, meaning. So, in MMK chapter 7 verse 8, the opponent uses a metaphor of a lamp or a light, which he says can illuminate both itself, the lamp itself, and others, the surroundings. And that stimulates Nāgārjuna to reply with a series of 4 verses, which on the surface are a sort of a refutation of the opponent's understanding, which is based on non-empty, a lamp which has its own self-existence, and others which have their own self-existence. So at first blush, those 4 verses are sort of, they're on the ontological level. The opponent is saying a non-empty genesis can create itself and others. It's an ontological discussion about ontology means to do with existence, how things come into existence. And so on the surface, Nāgārjuna's refuting that. If that was the case, he'd be sort of on the same level as a PhD philosopher, countering some bullshit bit of philosophy that somebody's come up with. But of course, Nāgārjuna is not on that level. And the difficulty for us, especially if our thoughts are based on looking how previous translations have gone about it. By having said that, Stephen Batchelor did a translation, Verses from the Centre, which is more based on practice. You sense that Stephen Batchelor was digging deeper than others have tended to dig. But he was, again, handicapped by not working from the Sanskrit, working from the Tibetan. So again, you get a bit of Chinese whispers. But the point for us, we're going back to the Sanskrit, pradīpena, going back to the origin, going back to the Sanskrit and going back to the practice of zazen. That's what Nāgārjuna was talking about in these series of 4 verses. And so that's got to be we're not here to defeat Jay Garfield and David Kalupahana and other people, Sideris and Katsura, who won their prizes for their philosophical discussions. We're here to explore what Nāgārjuna is asking us to explore about the backward step of turning light and letting it shine. So with that in mind, we've had the first 2 verses in a series of 4, and now we come to verse 11. Here's the recitation on bodhisvara.com by Professor Kashinath Nyaupanē.
aprāpyaiva pradīpena yadi nihataṃ tamaḥ iha-sthaḥ sarva-loka-sthaṃ tamo nihaniṣyati.
Aprāpyaiva pradīpena yadi nihataṃ tamaḥ iha-sthaḥ sarva-loka-sthaṃ tamo nihaniṣyati. MMK chapter 7 verse 11. Or else if the light destroys darkness even before extending out, this light here will destroy all darkness everywhere. Or, in the hidden meaning, this one here, staying still, will destroy all the darkness that endures in the world. So the title of this chapter is Utpada Sthiti Bhanga. Utpada means, so on the surface, if you're interested in ontology, it means genesis, that's Utpada, stasis, that's sthiti, and bhanga, dissolution, and especially the genesis, stasis and dissolution of one moment of consciousness. But below the surface, Nāgārjuna is talking about sitting meditation, zazen, which of course is utpada, going up. It's sitting upright. It's staying still. And its cessation, for example, is drashtavyopashamam, as in the end of chapter 5. It's the ending, the cessation of the to be seen. It's the cessation of end gaining. It's the backward step of turning our light and letting it shine. So that's why the Nāgārjuna's used these 4 verses as an opportunity, sort of on the blind side of the ontologist. Ironically, the ontologist thinks that Nāgārjuna is engaging him in a kind of debate, and Nāgārjuna is not interested. He's just talking about the backward step of turning light and letting it shine. So, if we understand it like that, then the meaning of sta and stam in the 3rd pada is important. On the surface, it just means sta as a suffix. It just means being somewhere, existing somewhere, continuing to exist somewhere. Sta is as in sthiti. Sthiti is the past participle of sta. So sthiti means stasis, ontologically, or it means staying still in terms of sitting meditation practice. So on the surface, this light, iha-sthaḥ, sa, with nominative singular masculine, means sa means this light, this one, and it means this light, this pradīpena. So sa means pradīpena, this light. Iha-sthaḥ means this light here, and it will destroy nihaniṣyati, 3rd person singular future of nihan, which just means the same as han, to destroy. Probably the ni is just for metrical reasons in the 2nd pada too. So nihaniṣyati, it will destroy sarva-loka-sthaṃ. Sarva-loka means the whole world. Sarva, all, loka, world. So it's the whole world or everywhere. And stam just means being situated, being located. It can mean abiding somewhere, just being somewhere. So for the sake of brevity, on the surface we don't need to translate it. So this square brackets light here, iha means here, or here and now. Iha-sthaḥ, nominative singular masculine. So sa, this one, iha-sthaḥ, situated here. This one situated here. In other words, this light here. Nihaniṣyati, will destroy. Tamo, that's accusative singular neuter of tamas, darkness. Sarva-loka-sthaṃ, so darkness everywhere. Sarva-loka-sthaṃ, simply speaking, just means everywhere. Sarva-loka, the whole world, stam, being. So being through the whole world, everywhere. Iha-sthaḥ sarva-loka-sthaṃ sa tamo nihaniṣyati. This light here will destroy all darkness everywhere. But So understood like that, it's just a refutation. It's just saying something absurd. If light destroys darkness even before it reaches darkness, then this light here will destroy all darkness everywhere. That's ridiculous. So the light of the fire would just cause all darkness in the world to cease. So it seems like an absurd proposition, an absurd consequence of what the opponent is saying. But the hidden meaning, this one here, means this one here. Practicing the backward step of turning the light and letting it shine. This one here, staying still, in other words, practicing zazen, will destroy all the darkness that endures in the world. So if I translate sthā as staying still in iha-sthaḥ, I need to translate stham in sarva-loka-sthaṃ. So in that case, I think it suggests that when we talk about the world, we're talking about the world where now Liam Neeson is on the front page of every newspaper. We can get all into discussion of politics and identity politics, and then where the world is going off the middle way. The consensus that served us since the Second World War is going down the Swanee, and left and right, like in Italy, the extreme left and the extreme right are getting together. And everything's going down the Swanee. Because people aren't following the principle of the middle way. They're not following what Alexander called the great broad midway path. They're polarizing out of ignorance. So what he's saying in that case, this one's staying, if or else, yadi in the first line. Or else, so another way of thinking about it, yadi or else, if the light, so actually originally pradīpena is instrumental. So the original Sanskrit says, if the darkness, tamaḥ, that's nominative singular neuter, tamaḥ, nihataṃ, past participle of nihan, is destroyed, pradīpena, by the light, or by the lamp. So, yadi or else, if, or else yadi if, nihataṃ tamaḥ, the light is destroyed, pradīpena, the darkness is destroyed, nihataṃ tamaḥ, pradīpena, by the light, aprāpyaiva, that's aprāpya plus eva, so eva is emphatic, even, or at all. Aprāpya means without having arrived. On the surface it means without having arrived. So on the surface it means or else if the light destroys darkness even before having arrived at the darkness, then light here will destroy all darkness everywhere. Something absurd. But we need to go back and think about the meaning of prāp that we explored in the previous verse. So we talked about, emphatically, Nāgārjuna said, the light now being caused to arise, which suggests something happening in Zazen, emphatically does not prapnute tamaḥ. So prapnute is third person singular of prāp, as in aprāpya, not having arrived. So it does not prapnute, na prapnute tamaḥ means it does not arrive at darkness, but it also means it doesn't reach to. And that sense of reaching to is a sense of end gaining. So when we're practicing Zazen, taking the backward step of turning the light and letting it shine, we are most definitely not grasping or reaching out to get our dirty paws on ignorance. That wouldn't be the backward step, that would be the forward endgaming. So if you understand prāp like that, it's not so much about reaching something, it's about extending out towards. So I've tried to capture that ambiguity by translating aprāpyaiva as even before extending out. So going literally, aprāpyaiva, even before arriving, pradīpena, by the light, by the lamp, yadi, or else, if, nihataṃ is destroyed, tamaḥ, the darkness. So literally, or else, if the darkness is destroyed by the light, even before arriving, even before the light has arrived, then this light here will destroy all darkness everywhere. See how difficult it is for a translator to do this justice, because he's, as with Asvaghosha, he's talking on two levels. The ostensible meaning is like that, but below the surface, what he's saying is, or else, if the backward step of turning our light and letting it shine destroys darkness, even not so much even before, but absolutely without endgaining, then this one here, staying still, will destroy all the darkness that endures in the world. I wonder if those two meanings are getting through, because it's so profound. It highlights exactly the point I was trying to say about Nāgārjuna is not interested in us engaging ontologists in a fight. Quite the opposite. That would be the forward step, of kind of marching forward under the banner of truth and reason, fighting the wrong-headed ontologists. No, he's talking about something. It goes with what Master Dogen says, Furi Sorin. Spend your whole life sitting in lotus without leaving the temple grounds. It's not necessary to go out and uphold the true argument, but actually withdrawing, retreating from arguments, taking the backward step of turning light and letting it shine is the most important thing. That doesn't mean that that's not a negation of marching forward. It's like, again, Nāgārjuna said, sampravritischa nivritischa. There is going forward, there is rolling forward, stepping forward, and there is nivriti, there is turning back. They're both important, but without the backward step, then our efforts to go forward don't have any meaning. It's like non-doing and doing in the Alexander work. Non-doing is the standard, the gold standard. Kanchanamasanam, golden sitting. And that provides you a benchmark on which to base doing. I could say so much about this verse, but the next verse also is along the same lines. So, aprāpyaiva pradīpena yadi nihataṃ tamaḥ iha-sthaḥ sarva-loka-sthaṃ tamo nihaniṣyati. Or else, if the light destroys darkness, even without extending out, this one here, staying still, will destroy all the darkness that endures in the world.
aprāpyaiva pradīpena yadi va nihataṃ tamaḥ iha-sthaḥ sarva-loka-sthaṃ tamo nihaniṣyati.